Hello! Today we're going to talk about MNEK's debut album, Language. MNEK is a singer-songwriter, producer from Lewisham, South London, and he has worked with several big-name artists over the years, including Beyonce, Rudimental, BTS. MNEK broke through into the chart mainstream with Never Forget You with Zara Larsson, a track which peaked at number 5 on the UK singles chart. Language is the debut album from MNEK and serves as his attempt to break out of his role as a background player for more successful artists, similar to Bruno Mars, who wanted to transition away from a background role into a superstar solo artist, which I think he's done fairly successfully. As MNEK has written songs in a variety of styles, Language shifts between different songwriting styles in a bit of a jarring fashion here. We've got Afrobeat, we've got straight pop, we've got 90s inspired R&B, we've got a little bit of electro, and it doesn't really cohesively come together on Language. The album starts strongly. Correct is the second song in, after a bit of an annoying skit that ends the first song. This is one of those skits that's funny the first time, but when you've listened to the album 2 or 3 times, it becomes quite annoying. Correct is Latin tinged pop, where MNEK talks about coming correct. He talks about how he's established in the music industry. MNEK's been involved since he was 14 years old. He's now 23, and he wants his respect. He's got a half-sung, half-rapped flow within the verses. The chorus is quite infectious. I really like this song. I like the trap drums here, and MNEK's overall energy is very compelling and captivating here. It's a strong start to the album, correct? However, MNEK doesn't really continue in this strong start. There is a feeling of a seasoned veteran here in these different attempts to emulate styles from across the pop spectrum in 2018. Despite MNEK writing successful hooks on tracks like Need You 100% by Duke Dumont, the choruses on Language are quite weak overall and aren't as infectious as some of the tracks MNEK's written in the past. For instance, Paradise samples the club classic You're Free by Ultranate. It samples the famous instrumental and other small vocal aspects of this track, but MNEK's Paradise doesn't take advantage of the huge, powerful, familiar chorus that we all know and love, and instead opts for a more watered down, forgettable chorus. At the end, he sort of interpolates the main bit of You're Free, and it doesn't stand out, and certainly makes Paradise a mediocre entry on Language. Touched by You concludes the album. Again, a pretty weak chorus here. Fairly mediocre song. MNEK delivers these lackluster lyrics with his usual strong, powerful range and brilliant vocals here. I love his voice. We know he's got a great voice. We heard that last year on Stormzy's Blinded by Your Grace Part 2. And Touched by You evokes certain aspects of Blinded by Your Grace, but with none of the charm and conviction that made Blinded by Your Grace such a great track. Touched by You is quite a slow way to end the album, and to be honest, the final third of Language just drifts by in a blur, with these songs just merging into each other and nothing leaving a lasting impression on the listener. Girlfriend is a track that I like. MNEK channels 90s 2000s R&B with a bit of a Craig David garage twist on here. The track is about a man cheating on his girlfriend with MNEK, and I love MNEK's lyric that neither you or your story's straight. Quite good. Overall, MNEK is a very captivating personality and does carry tracks like Girlfriend. At this point, we know that MNEK is a good songwriter. He's got a great vocal range, really beautiful voice. He's a very likeable, charming person, and that comes across very clearly on Language. However, Language is missing a lot of crucial elements. The hooks broadly are quite weak. Songs like Colours, which is a really nice song, one of the better songs on here, but it interpolates the Rainbow song that we all used to sing at school as kids, and it's interesting to hear, but it's not great either. The album just shifts between too many different styles here, carrying none of these off well, and it comes across as someone who's written for other people but hasn't established his own sound yet. This is a good start from MNEK, but ultimately the album lacks in a lot of key areas. I'll give it 4 out of 10.